these two teams trying to overcome the injuries and hopefully get healthier down the stretch.
Here are the starters for Utah. We've got Walker Kessler. MP is out there with Keontae George. Then it's Bailey, and it's Filipowski in at the power forward position. And for Phoenix, Brook and Williams are the 4 and the 5. Booker is the 2, with Allen playing small forward. And it's Gillespie in at the point. For both teams, this is the first game of their NBA Cup campaign. The goal is to make it out of the group stage.
Yeah, B.A., 4 teams in each conference that make it. It's the 3 group winners plus a wild card. So also keep in mind, point differential could be a key in advancing.
Now here's Williams. Williams with the screen. Booker for 3. Pass to Brooks. Just 4 to shoot. The Suns need to get off a shot. Booker no good. To the inside. Oh, and the dunk by MP.
Come on, man. So aggressive. MP, that trait will take you a long way in this game.
Here's Allen. Here's Gillespie. Puts up a 3. Doesn't go that time. Here's MP. George for 3. Cash. It's MP picking up the assist.
And there's a nice rhythm to his three-point shot. You know, George has a confident stroke.
Gillespie passes to Williams. Brooks finds Booker. It's stolen by MP. First quarter of play with about a minute and a half gone by. Phoenix has gone 0 for 2 from outside. Williams. And Williams punches it home.
What a great pass. It was on time and on target.
All right, guys, we're lucky to have Shams Charania joining us now. Our 2K insider calling in with a story. What do you got, Shams?
Well, guys, nobody is quite sure just how the partnership of Devin Booker and Jalen Green will play out in the desert. They were just one of 3 backcourts to average 20 points per game each last season. But with so many overlapping qualities, it's not the most obvious fit. But many in the league feel that Green could mold himself actually after Booker, and that gives the Suns another potential offensive focal point. Everyone around the league is curious to see how they'll make this work, guys.
A dangerous duo. All right, Shams, thanks very much. He hits the second from the line. And last season, the Jazz with the worst record in franchise history, Grant.
You're losing with a plan, though. Utah, such a smart organization. If you're going to tear it down to the studs, do it in a good draft year.
Now here's Thomas. And stolen by Williams. In transition, here come the Suns. And yep, it's good.
Well, the defense was there, but Booker is strong enough as a finisher to get through that contact.
MP outside. Kessler a screen. MP, the pass to Kessler. Now here's Filipowski. Utah moving the ball around. Here's Thomas. Oh, Booker with a block.
And you see Booker working hard on defense. When he's engaged, he is more than capable of coming up with that block.
The score now all even. Williams has got 5 points.
The defensive effort was lacking a bit, but hey, give them credit for finding a weakness there.
Well, with that kind of success, I imagine they'll continue to be aggressive inside.
And here's Thomas from the arc. Hits a three-pointer.
He's always ready to take the shot. MP got it away quick.
Gillespie passes to Booker. And there's a pick. He's looking good. 2 buckets in 3 attempts.
Starting to find his rhythm. He's cooking, and he knows it.
And now they are just going to keep riding that momentum with the hot hand.
Now here's Thomas. He's got 5. Booker surveying the floor to the paint. And Williams punches it home.
Booker draws so much defensive attention as a scorer, and that really helps in opening up the passing lanes.
MP outside. Pass to Bailey. Back to MP. 6 to shoot. For 3, George. Williams grabs the board. The Suns have gotten 5 of 7 shots to fall. Oh, what a performance offensively.
They're really rolling at that end. Excellent game plan.
Well, for what he lacks in height, he more than makes up for it with his bounce.
Jazz trail by 3. Pass to MP. Fires the 3. Add that to his line. Now 3 for 6.
It's critical you find a way to run MP off the line out there. He has that as a big part of his game.
Brooks outside. Takes a 3. Offensive rebound. For 3, Allen. Yes! And it's Booker with the setup. Booker's got his 4th assist with that last one. Utah's gone 3 for 5 from deep so far in this matchup. Thomas against Booker. Out left to the wing. Bailey, the pass to Kessler. MP inside. Booker defending. Off with the layup. And so it's Booker with it. He brings it up for Phoenix. 3-point lead. Last game matched up with the Grizzlies. A tough loss there.
Yeah, I think they'd like to forget that game. You usually want to find some teaching moments, but in this case, it might be best to just destroy the tape.
Well, and the bottom line is they just had too many unfavorable matchups. They could never find a lineup that worked.
Now here's Allen. Here's Gillespie. Brooks outside. From outside the arc. Kessler with a rebound. Jazz trail by 3. Now here's MP. 1:21 left in the first quarter here. Down low. Here's Filipowski. Lays it up and banks it in.
Defensively, you can't afford to get stuck on the pick.
Well, you just have to communicate those switches. If you don't, it's on you.
And so the timeout by Jordan Ott here. He's going to gather the troops and talk it over. And the Suns going with a whole new group out there. And a new group getting ready for Utah. Yusuf Nurkic, he's checked in for Kessler. Anderson comes in for Filipowski. Sensabaugh is checked in for Bailey. And it's Collier in for George. Now here's Dunn. Iguodala. And he floats it in for the easy 2. Credit the sweet setup on that one.
That's very smart use of the screen, and it sets up a very close look.
Thomas outside. There's a screen by Nurkic. And MP good for 3. MP's got 11 points.
Defensively, you have to stay connected to him on the perimeter.
The Suns have gone 8 for 14 from the floor. There's 39 seconds left to play in the first. From the high post. Goodwin, no good.
A wasted trip down the floor. That's not a good shot at all.
I'm not sure what he was thinking right there, but we see this in this game sometimes.
Here's Jenkins. 16 seconds left in the opening quarter. And the foul called on MP. That's his first foul of the game. Making some changes. Allen, he's checked in for Dunn. Booker comes in for O'Neal. And Gillespie is subbed in for Jenkins. And a change for the Suns. Dunn's checked in. Here's Allen. 10-point lead. This is their biggest of the game. Here's Gillespie. Coming off a 16-point game against Memphis. And once again, off the mark by Phoenix.
Well, he's certainly more than capable of hitting that shot, but somehow, even with no defense, he came away empty.
So the Utah 5 right now. Kyle Filipowski is out there with Yusuf Nurkic. Then it's MP, then there's George, and it's Sensabaugh in at the 3, the small forward. The Suns lead by 10. Booker shrugs off the contact.
That is great work by Booker there. He completely lost the defense.
All All right, for those just joining us, we're almost 2.5 minutes into the second. And changes for the Suns, Legs. In the front office, coaching, you name it.
Yeah, Brian, you had the feeling changes were coming for this roster as well. Arguably the most disappointing team last season. A hard reset may have been needed.
Let's go now to the sideline and catch up with Allie LaForce.
Thanks. The Utah Jazz are going young, but this is a franchise that has a winning history, and that culture is still around. Coach Will Hardy said, the messaging doesn't change. The players have bought into the little things that takes to win. This is a cohesive group that's committed to helping each other. Back to you.
Building the right way. Thanks a lot, Allie. Here's Sensabaugh. No points so far. And here's Thomas from the arc. MP drills the three.
Yeah, when we talk about MP's unlimited potential, we're referring to nights like this one. And I love how he's pushing the tempo and creating for others. He does this game in and game out. Incredible.
That is just beautiful ball movement. Unselfish basketball.
Now here's Thomas. He had a 27-point outing in their last game against Portland.
And another key for them was his rebounding. Just a great effort.
Okay, Book, get up.
And a little under 3.5 minutes elapsed here in the second quarter. MP outside. Filipowski, the pass to Thomas. Filipowski sets a screen. Power move from MP.
Oh, fantastic adjustment on the shot against tight defense.
Crosses over. Devin Booker with a terrific move and the bucket. Booker's got 10.
Man, that's now 10 straight points in the paint. I'm not sure what's happened to their defense.
Nurkic a screen on Booker. Here's MP. And it's Phoenix with a rebound. The last time they came together was in Salt Lake City, where they fell to the Jazz.
One thing we saw from them that game, and we see it around the league, an over-dependency on the three ball.
But during that specific game, you'd love to say, hey, stop shooting threes, but obviously that's a big part of their identity.
Mark Williams, he's checked in for Phoenix. Brooks comes in for Dunn. Then for Utah, Kessler comes in for Yusuf Nurkic. And Bailey subbed in for Sensabaugh. MP, the pass to Filipowski. MP with it. He's got 17. 6 on the shot clock. And it's Phoenix with a rebound. Williams has got 4 rebounds now. To the middle. Here's Brooks. And finished off by Brooks.
Yeah, just showcasing his athleticism. When Brooks gets open space around the rim, he looks to throw it down with authority.
Pass to Bailey. And here's MP. Filipowski sets a screen. And he's going to the line for 2. The official saw contact while he was going up. And it's going to go on Devin Booker. Utah shooting their 5th and 6th free throw attempts tonight. And as we start up the NBA Cup, let's explain to our viewers how the groups are formed.
Sure thing, B.A. First, you only play teams from your conference. The groups are drawn based off of last year's standings. So they try to keep it even in terms of quality of team.
Now here's Williams. 17 points for him last game against Memphis.
And you factor in his defense as well. 3 blocks on the night, really making his presence felt.
Jazz trail by 16. Pass to Bailey. MP looking around. Using his post moves to get the 2 points. MP's got 10 points now, just in this quarter. And so it's Booker with it. He brings it up for the Suns. Again, Phoenix, good for 2.
And a big reason they have this lead is the way he's shooting the ball.
Thomas outside. We've got 1:48 left to play in the second quarter.
It's obvious he's taking it upon himself to try and keep them alive.
Phoenix leading by 14. Gillespie passes to Williams. Here's Booker. The rebound by Filipowski.
And even with the miss, that's a high percentage shot for him.
Thomas passes to George. Back to Thomas. Here's Filipowski. Williams defending. Fires high post. Williams grabs the board. Williams has got 5 rebounds in the game. Here's Booker. Pass to Brooks. Allen outside. Goes back up. Williams controls the rebound and the putback. And the Suns lead by 16.
He really gets in perfect position for the follow. Just a terrific read.
Kessler, a screen on Williams. Here's Thomas. MP making his presence felt.
Yeah, MP capitalizing on being so close to the hoop.
Williams, a screen on George. Outside, Williams. Pass to Gillespie. From deep three-point land. And he can't get that one. Ooh, nice D from George. MP outside. And here's Bailey for 3. Good, and the assist goes to MP. MP's got 4 assists in the game. Devin Booker, he's feeling it tonight. He's been the driving force for Phoenix. 8 points in the quarter, showing how effective he can be. Back after this.
Thanks for joining us for this fun-filled burst of basketball bliss. We kick off tonight's show with the power rankings across the league.
Taking a look here now at Phoenix. They're in a free fall, sliding down these rankings. But the good news is time is still on their side.
Yep, plenty of games left for them to turn things around. And going back now to that first half, you could say things are going extremely well for the Phoenix Suns.
They've been methodical, dissecting the defense with their passing. This is what you mean by unselfish play, guys.
We could use some of that selflessness here in the studio. I kid, but yeah, I kid. And that's it for halftime. Thank you for joining us. We send you back to Brian Anderson for the start of the third quarter.
And we're ready to get this second half of our Halloween broadcast going. Hey, you look at MP in this game, he's been everywhere.
Can they come up with an answer for him coming out of the half? They have to change something defensively.
And that will be the biggest adjustment. They have to force the ball out of his hands, but that's a difficult challenge.
Brook and Williams are the 4 and the 5. Booker is the 2, with Allen playing small forward. And it's Gillespie in at the point guard position. And that's the group for Jordan Ott as we begin the second half.
They really have a commanding lead, not just in points, but in rebounds as well.
Jazz trail by 11. MP inside. Booker defending. Filipowski, the pass to Thomas. Pass to George. The baseline J is on the way. Connects. The jumper drops. George has got 5 points.
And he's a crafty scorer for a young player. George is always going to find the gaps in the defense.
Allen, the pass to Booker. There's the triple. The putback. It's good on the putback.
Woo, hard work creating the second chance opportunity.
Utah has gone 7 of 14 from the perimeter in this one. Utah moving the ball around. Booker against MP. And players these days with great ball handling, but occasionally getting away with a carry at times.
Oh, you know, BA, the old discontinued dribble. I mean, this might be where tracking cameras can start to help, because that's such a tough call for an official to assess in the moment.
Both free throws good for MP.
You know, it's no secret that MP is a confident guy. But what I really like is that most of the time he lets his play do the talking for him.
And Booker's got the ball here for Phoenix. At one point, they led by 16. Oh, Booker shrugging off the contact.
Even with the score as it is, he just keeps coming at you.
Thomas against Booker. It's Thomas on the wing. He's got 27. Williams grabs the board. Williams has got rebound number 9 now. What an effort here tonight. Tipped away. Shot is good by Gillespie. And the Suns lead by 13.
Their interior D continues to look shaky. Not a good matchup for them right now.
Thomas outside. Kessler a screen on Booker. And here's Thomas from the arc. Fires in the triple. MP's got 30.
As the deep shots continue to fall, you can sense the frustration growing among these defenders.
Well, this team relies on his scoring, and no shocker, he's done his part.
Now here's George. He's got 5. Kessler a screen. Here's Thomas for 3. Oh, and again, it's the Jazz from deep.
And the defense is really allowing them too much room on the perimeter.
And so the timeout by Jordan Ott here. Coach taking this moment to speak to his guys, maybe alter some of the game plan. And it's time to give you a look at the top three-point shooting teams from a year ago. In third, Phoenix.
Well, a big part of their offense a year ago was the three-point shot, and their accuracy was unbelievable.
Clock keeps going. 3 minutes into the second half now. Pass to Booker. Here's the 3. Can't get it to go. Shooting 7 for 13 from the field now. It's Thomas on the wing. Booker defending. MP again. MP's got 10 points in just the second half.
Well, he is doing everything he can offensively in this quarter, but unfortunately, it's a team game, and he can't win this alone.
Now here's Brooks. He's got 6. Parked it down low that time. Got hit with the 3-second call. Here's what Utah has lined up on their schedule. On Sunday, they'll be playing against LaMelo Ball and the Charlotte Hornets. And then on Monday, they'll be facing Jason Tatum and the Boston Celtics.
You hear this all the time, but a road trip is a great chance for a team to build chemistry on and off the court. Chemistry matters a lot in the NBA, and a trip like this can bring a team together.
Gets the 3 to fall. MP's got 38 points.
And any decent look from distance, he's taking it. He has that locked-in mentality right now.
And he's keeping the game within striking distance. I don't know where they'd be without his shooting.
And the Suns miss again. Jazz trail by 4. Right now, firing on all cylinders.
Yeah, there's a nice flow to this offense right now.
Bailey to pass to Thomas. 5 on the clock. Here's MP. Oh, wow! MP, unreal!
What athletic ability from MP. Plenty of bounce in those legs.
Thanks for that great view, courtesy of the AT&T Connected Cam. Phoenix has got nothing to fall here in the third. 0 for 4. Williams a screen on George. Here's Gillespie. Oh, a clear foul there on the missed shot. So he'll get a pair at the line. It goes on Kyle Filipowski.
Everyone in the building saw the obvious contact.
And let's quickly check out the scoring breakdown here for the Suns.
Yeah, they were so aggressive from the start, getting the ball into the painted area. Now, they stuck to their game plan, and it paid off.
And I also really like the pace they've played with in this one, specifically how high tempo it's been, clearly working to their advantage so far.
Phoenix leading by 4. Here's Allen. And count the basket. He was fouled, and he's going to the line for one more. You think of the reputation that Grayson Allen had coming into the league. He's changed the narrative for the better, Tim.
Well, he's still hard-nosed, but it's not necessarily what he's known for anymore. Rather, he's a great 3-and-D option who can occasionally give you that hard foul.
Oh, wasted no time on that one. Jenkins has got 5 now.
Yeah, everybody will remember the bucket, but how about that pass to set it up?
Back to Thomas. Takes the 3, drains the triple. Thomas has got 43 points.
Just give him the ball. This guy is shooting lights out from deep.
Williams with the screen. Pass to Gillespie. Some nice ball movement by Phoenix. Knocks down the triple. He's got 9.
These teams are finding the range, showing a lot of confidence.
Yeah, he was so ready to answer that. These teams are just battling.
Now here's MP. 43 points in the game. A minute and a half left in the third. Tries the spin move. Uncovered. Utah grabs the miss.
And that leaves his coach scratching his head because you can't get a better look than that.
And the layup falls. Thomas has got 45 points.
They're really looking to that inside game here in the second half, getting away from taking a bunch of threes.
And so the timeout by Jordan Ott here. He'll take the opportunity to regroup. So Phoenix going with almost an entirely new group here. Iguodaro, he's checked. Filipowski sets a screen from deep. MP. The rebound by Allen.
And they just continue to dominate the boards.
So the Jazz 5 right now. Bailey out there with Filipowski. Then there's Collier. Then it's MP. And it's Kessler in at the 5 spot.
And let's face it, when you're down this many points, you simply can't let them get that good of a look.
One more miscommunication at the defensive end. Just brutal. It can't happen.
Pass to Collier. And here's Thomas. Booker defending. Booker against Thomas, and he drops in the layup off the glass. MP's got 47 points.
Gets one to go. It's been a great personal night for him, but those mean a lot less if you're losing.
Offensive board. Booker can't get it to go.
Everything right except the finish. Have to keep focused all the way through the play.
Oh, and the dunk by MP.
Oh, excellent hustle by MP. He deserved to be rewarded with the bucket for his effort.
Phoenix leading by 8. Outside Booker. Williams a screen on MP. 11 feet out. Booker finds Williams. Outside for Booker. That one doesn't drop. Good D by Kessler.
Really tough quarter for him shooting the basketball.
Pass to Bailey. Booker against MP. Kessler a screen. And here's Thomas. And again for 3.
Oh my, he is scorching hot. Another 3.
And he's approaching the franchise record for threes in a game. Gillespie passes to Williams. Here's Booker. Booker with the finish inside.
And that is killer instinct, just continuing to pile it on.
And we've got a timeout called by Will Hardy. He wants to make sure everyone is aligned, given the situation right now. George, he's checked in for Utah.
Number 3, DeAndre George.
And here's George. He'll bring it up for the Utah Jazz. He fires. Yes, sir! Hits the jumper.
And just great intensity down the stretch. I mean, he really wants to rock with the game on the line.
And that is great leadership. He certainly has that clutch gene that every team needs.
Now here's Brooks. Here's Booker. 4 on the clock. Yes, sir! Bank it in the layup.
Yeah, this game has Booker's fingerprints all over it. He's doing whatever he wants on offense right now.
MP outside. Kessler down low, working on Williams. George, right side, puts it up. Williams rips down the board. No need to rush here. Take your time.
Take your time. This is where you can reset and try to get a good shot.
Booker! Misses the three!
At this point, I'm not sure if it's the play calling or the player himself.
Here's George. Thomas outside. Filipowski sets a screen. Now George. Thompson outside. Get there. Goes again. Brooks with a rebound. The Suns lead by 7. Booker. Money from 3.
And the clock will wind down on this one. Just a solid effort and a good win for the Suns.
They looked to run anytime they could.
They set the tone with their pace. Their transition game was excellent.
And this one concludes with their second victory of the year.
And that's an important win. You never like to lose 2 in a row to a team, especially if you only see them 3 times.
And when you look at the game, the one thing that helped fuel this team to victory was the efficiency for Devin Booker.
Well, he did a great job involving everyone in the offense, setting guys up for scores, and the assist total shows it.
3 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Brooks outside. Fires the 3. Thomas with a rebound. So it's Phoenix picking up the win. And remember, tonight's win means they're 1-0 in the NBA Cup. A great start to the group stage.
Well, getting that first win under your belt is huge. They still have 3 games left, but they're in a great position going forward.
Now we send it over to Jennifer Quintana.
The team came up short on this one, but not you, MP. Are you more frustrated you didn't win on a night you were feeling it, or encouraged that your individual performance bodes well for the future?
Listen, it's cool that my shots were falling, but that's not what encourages me. What encourages me is knowing that every guy on this team is just as sick as I am after a loss like this. If this loss doesn't bother you, you don't have what it takes to win in this league.
In it to win it, right, MP?
Yeah.
BA, over to you.
All right, Jennifer, thanks. And that's going to do it tonight, folks, for our broadcast. For Grant Hill, Tim Legler, and Ali LaForce, this is Brian Anderson, thanking you for watching this 2K Sports presentation. We'll see you next time.
My kids went ice show last weekend.
Oh yeah? I was up the top.
Oh, I sat right near the glass.
I got the $20. You?
Here we go. Game 2 in our rookie revenge tour. Time to put up and show out.
What's up, MP?
If you are having an issue at any time that needs to be addressed, please text the word Hornets along with your issue and citation to 55555. A member of our guest relations team will respond immediately. Attention Hornets fans! Do you want to take part in a special giveaway at our next home game? If so, all you have to do is show up and every single one of you will get your own Honeybees mug. Fans, our next giveaway will be a Hornets mascot mini flyer. Don't miss out on your chance to receive this giveaway. And remember, Hornets fans, we still have tickets available to future home games. Simply go to our website or visit your nearest ticket booth to secure yours today. The National Basketball Association and the Charlotte Hornets are committed to a safe and enjoyable sports experience.
It's an exciting Sunday night edition of the NBA on 2K Sports. Tonight, we'll see the Utah Jazz as they play against the Charlotte Hornets here at Spectrum Center. This is Kevin Harlan, joined by Greg Anthony and Clark Kellogg, with Allie LaForce reporting courtside. And checking out Utah's opening lineup, they've got MP. Kyle Filipowski is out there with Walker Kessler. Then there's Bailey, and it's George in at the point. And for the Hornets, Bridges out there with Knipple. Then there's LaMelo Ball. Then it's Trey Mann. And it's Diabate in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. Clark would have to think that for game 1 of this back-to-back, teams are making some calculated adjustments. What do you think?
You're not wrong about that, Kevin. No reason to really show your full hand, if you will, in a back-to-back situation. You're always conscious of where your players are physically in terms of rest and fatigue. It's about finding the right balance for your particular ball club based on what the potential is and where you are currently.
And one thing to note, MP has vocalized his desire to be the top rookie in this class. He wants to outdo his peers every time he's on the floor.
And MP talked a big game, but boy, has he backed it up. He's absolutely hit the ground running and has been showing up his fellow rookies to this point.
Here's MP following the bucket by the Hornets. Back to Filipowski. Pocket 6. Bailey. That 3 off the mark. And here's Ball. He'll bring it up for the Charlotte Hornets. Coming off that win against Minnesota.
And the bench turned up in that one. Whatever they couldn't get from their starters, they got from the reserves.
Well, you know, you hear about the importance of having depth all the time, bench players that contribute. In last game, their bench came alive.
Now, here's Bridges. Following the miss by MP, Bridges kicks the ball. Launches a 3. Kessler with the rebound. Jazz have gone 1 of 3 from the field to start this one so far. And the Hornets' playoff drought continuing. Greg, their last postseason appearance, 2016.
Yeah, the rebuild grinds on, and last season their worst record in over a decade. They're hoping these new additions can help.
Diabate's shot is good.
And Ball definitely has the passing DNA. Some of his dime drops are really sweet.
Thomas passes to Bailey. Thomas deciding where to go with it. A 3-pointer off the mark. Charlotte in the lead. And it's Ball in the corner. Gets the 3-pointer to fall.
Well, you got to love how quick Ball's shot is. Doesn't take a lot of time to get himself squared up.
Here's Thomas. And MP throws it down hard.
MP, a showman for sure. He has truly arrived.
And a good-looking view of that throwdown from the AT&T Connected Cam. Charlotte has gone 1 of 2 from long range in the first quarter. Pass to Knippel. Bridges for 3. And it's the Hornets another 3.
Oh, great ball movement there.
Jazz trail by 5. Upside Thomas. In the corner, it's Kessler. MP passes to Kessler. Shot clock at 6. Near the 3-point line, it's Thomas. Bridges with the board. Here's Charlotte now. They're on a 12-4 run right now. Here's Diabate. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up.
And you know what? You allow a guy to get right to the rim like that. That's your only option.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, free throws are always better than a layup. So I'd agree with you there.
First free throw is good. James checked in for Trey Mann. He's perfect from the line this time. Here's MP. We saw him go on a scoring rampage last game. The basket is good. That's his 6th attempt and his 3rd make.
Despite his youth, MP showing grown man strength.
George against Ball. Bridges inside. The layup off target. MP left side. For 3. A 3-pointer is right on target. Thomas got 9.
He is in a groove. You can tell he's playing with a lot of confidence.
James outside to the wing right side. For 3, Bridges. Kessler with the rebound.
The shooting numbers just aren't there yet in the quarter.
Filipowski passes to Bailey. Outside Thomas. There's the triple. And the Jazz, another 3.
It's been a good night for him overall and a good night for this team.
Charlotte trailing. I'm told now by our producer, do we have him, guys? Okay, we do. We have a call coming in from Shams Charania. Shams, thanks for joining us. What do you have?
Thanks. Well, Ace Bailey's draft journey was highly scrutinized, and it wasn't just his height. But at the Combine, he measured over 2 inches shorter than he'd been listed in college. Rather, his refusal to work out for any team surprised a lot of folks and executives around the league. But it didn't scare off the Jazz, who selected him 5th overall.
Not everyone can shoot like him. Thanks so much for the report, Shams. And a timeout called by Charles Lee. He's going to take a few moments here to check in with his team and regroup. So both teams making some changes here. James outside. Some nice pass in here by Charlotte. George against Ball to end the run. Just 4 to shoot. Jacks up a 3. No good on the shot. Good defense by MP.
2 minutes remaining.
Oh, trying for it. And stolen by James. 4 on 3 as they bring it up. Ball with it. Bailey picks him up.
Well, you look at Ball, and I really think he excels more in the open court than he does in the half court.
Here's Thomas. Gunable with the rebound. Last outing for Utah, it was a loss to the Suns. To the middle. And he jams it with authority.
And we've seen several lead changes tonight. Neither team giving an inch.
Yeah, and the lead has changed hands, and it just hasn't stayed in those hands very long when it's changed. Back and forth we go.
Now here's Thomas. He's got 14. George finds Kessler. MP outside. Another miss by Utah. And so James will bring it up for Charlotte. Down low. And a beautiful feed leads to a monster jam.
And he can time his passes so perfectly. Wow, what an assist.
Out to the right wing. Pass to Bailey. Launches it. Hands it from downtown. Bailey's got it all tied up now for Utah.
I like how confident and aggressive Bailey is. He takes initiative whenever he sees an opportunity.
Offensive rebound. Kicks it out to James. With the tip. It's good on the putback. Diabate's got 10 points in the game.
Boy, you could see it and feel it in his eyes at the start of this period. He is on a mission.
Now George. He's coming off a 13-point game against Phoenix. About 7 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Thomas. And again, it's Utah.
Boy, MP is just filleting this defense. I mean, they've got no answers for him right now.
Ball against George. Ball with a wide open look. It's hauled in by MP.
Well, he's a really good shooter. Got a good look from medium range, and I think they'll go back to that.
Anderson with the screen for MP. Some great action here early as we end the first quarter. Clark in a tie. We'll be back shortly live from Spectrum Center. In for the Hornets. Second quarter of play with around 2 minutes gone so far. Nurkic with the block.
And that 7'2" wingspan for Nurkic, he can just gobble up shots. He knocks that one away with authority.
Taking a look at the Jazz, we've got Keontae George. Nurkic is out there with Kyle Filipowski. Then it's Thomas. And it's Sensabaugh in at the 3. Now let's take a minute to talk to Allie LaForce courtside. Allie.
Hey, Kevin. The Hornets are trying to create a winning environment. Coach Charles Lee said, quote, "We know this is a young team, so I want culture enhancers who help us build with their hard work and creativity. Having that energy coming into the building every day is the most important thing." Back to you guys.
Looking to set the standard. Allie, we thank you very much. The Jazz with another miss. For Charlotte, they've gone 4 of 6 from the field here in the second. That bucket in no time at all. Green's got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for 3. MP outside. Lets it go from deep. MP nails the triple.
He had 2 first-quarter threes, and now just added another.
Closing in on 4 minutes played here in the second quarter. Here's Mann outside James. Off the mark there with the three-point shot. The Jazz trailing. MP inside. James covering. MP's shot is good.
There's MP getting that orange where he needs it to go.
Pass to Mann. Over George. And too long on the shot. Utah's gotten a positive outcome on 7 of their 14 three-pointers in this game. Not bad at all. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul. Some say, Clark, the game has lost its physicality, with fewer fouls called on average than in any previous decade.
You know, I don't necessarily fully agree with that, Kevin. Sure, the game is still physical. Some of the hard fouls, and because the game was played closer to the basket in the past, lent itself to more fouls being called and more. Bumping and thumping. It's more perimeter oriented now, but I don't know if it's necessarily less physical. And I don't actually mind fewer foul calls. I like the players being able to play and put the ball in the basket as much as possible.
Knipple, no good.
And not allowing the shooter even an inch of breathing room on that one.
And guys, that's exactly the kind of high-impact defense they want to see out of him.
Now, here's George. Back to MP. 6 to shoot. Utah needs to get off a shot here. Yes, that goes in. And the Jazz lead by 3.
When you have that kind of size advantage, just need to go right to the rim.
Pass to Knipple. And that time, also a missed shot. And here's George.